Is that a Supra? It is the most famous question in the car culture. You've seen the memes, you've seen the movies, you've heard the sounds. This isn't just a car anymore. It is a myth. It is the Holy Grail of the JDM world. But recently, things have gotten out of control. Clean examples of this 30-year-old Toyota are now selling for over $200,000 in the United States. That is Porsche 911 Turbo S money. That is Ferrari money. So, today we need to answer one simple question. Is the Toyota Supra MK4 actually the greatest sports car ever made? Or have we all been brainwashed by a movie? Let's find out. To understand the hype, you don't look at the styling first, you look at the heart. This is the 2JZGTE. In the Bible of horsepower, this is Genesis. Back in the 90s, Toyota engineers didn't just build an engine, they built a bunker. It has a cast iron block so strong, you could probably survive a nuclear blast inside it. Here is the stat that broke the internet. You can take this engine, completely stock internals, and push it to 800 horsepower. Some say even 1,000. Try doing that in a modern BMW or a Ferrari. The engine would explode into 1,000,000 pieces. But the Supra, it doesn't just survive, it thrives. It asks for more boost. It converts gasoline into adrenaline and noise with zero complaints. And we have to talk about the sound. It isn't just noise, it's a symphony of mechanical violence. When a 1,000 horsepower Supra starts up, the ground shakes. And when it hits the rev limiter, it sounds like a war zone. The two-step ignition cut, the anti-lag popping like gunshots, the distinct scream of the straight-six engine. It is a sound that triggers a primal reaction in every car guy. You can hear a single-turbo Supra from 3 blocks away, and you know exactly what is coming for you. It's intimidating, it's aggressive, it's beautiful. But we need to remember the context. The 90s was the golden era of Japanese performance. We had the Holy Trinity. The Mazda RX-7 was the lightweight scalpel. The Honda NSX was the precision instrument designed by Ayrton Senna. And the Nissan GT-R was the computer-controlled wizard. Where did the Supra fit in? The Supra was the tank. It was the heavyweight bruiser. It wasn't the lightest, and it wasn't the most agile. But it was the one that could take the biggest beating. While the rotary engines were blowing apex seals and the Ferraris were leaking oil, the Supra was out there doing highway pulls at 180 miles per hour, reliable as a wood stove. It won the war of attrition. That is why it is the last one standing. But let's be real, we don't love the Supra just because of the iron block. We love it because of him. In 2001, an orange Supra smoked a Ferrari F355 on the Pacific Coast Highway, and an entire generation of car enthusiasts was born. Before that movie, the Supra was just a cool Toyota. After the movie, it became a superhero. For the American audience, this car is emotional. It reminds us of a time when car culture was underground, when it was about neon lights, NOS, and quarter-mile times. Owning a Supra MK4 today is like owning the DeLorean from Back to the Future. You are driving a celebrity. People will ignore a Lamborghini just to take a picture of your taillights. It has a presence that money can't buy. You pull up to a car meet in a McLaren, people say, nice car. You pull up in a clean MK4 Supra, the crowd parts like the Red Sea. You are treated like royalty. But now, I have to be the villain. I have to tell you the truth the fanboys don't want to hear. A stock Toyota Supra MK4 is actually kinda disappointing. If you buy one of these for $150,000 expecting a rocket ship, you're gonna cry. From the factory in the United States, it only made 320 horsepower. It does 0 to 60 in about 5 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, a modern Toyota Camry 5.6 is almost just as fast as a stock Supra. And let's talk about the handling. It's not a scalpel, it's a sledgehammer. It's a heavy grand tourer, not a track weapon like the Nissan GT-R. The GT-R was built to corner. The Supra was built to cruise. That 10-second monster you see all over YouTube requires about $50,000 in modifications. And that iconic turbo flutter everyone expects, that doesn't come from the factory. That comes from a big single turbo setup. We've confused the potential of the car with the reality of the car. We don't worship the factory Supra. We worship the modified one. However, there is one thing Toyota got absolutely perfect. The design. Look at it carefully. It has no sharp edges. It's organic. It looks like a smooth river stone shaped by the wind. That is why it hasn't aged. Put it next to a 2025 car, and it still looks futuristic. And we cannot forget the wing, that massive rear spoiler. In the 90s, people laughed at it. They called it a picnic bench. But today, it is iconic. It defines the silhouette of the car. Without that wing, the Supra looks naked. And then, you open the door, sit in the driver's seat, and look at this dash. It wraps around you. Every button, every dial, the radio, the AAC, it is all angled 100% towards the driver. The passenger, they don't matter. They are just cargo. This design tells you, you are the pilot. This is your mission. There are no touch screens. There is no Apple CarPlay. There are no driver assists to save you if you make a mistake. It feels mechanical. It feels raw. In a Porsche Turbo S, you feel like you are operating a computer. In the Supra, you feel like you are wrestling a machine. The heavy steering, the mechanical clunk of the 6-speed gate-drag transmission. It connects you to the road in a way that modern cars have forgotten. It smells like 1990s Japan, and that feeling is addictive. And let's talk about the famous turbo lag. In a modern car, there is no lag. Instant power. Boring. In a big turbo Supra, you step on the gas and you wait. 1 second, 2 seconds. You hear the turbo spooling up like a jet engine taking off, and then, bam! The boost hits you in the chest like a freight train. The tires spin at 80 miles per hour. The rear end wiggles. It is terrifying, and it is exhilarating. The anticipation of the power is almost better than the power itself. It requires you to plan your move. It makes you a better driver. So, is it worth the money? For $200,000, you can buy a brand new Porsche 911 Turbo S. The Porsche is faster, safer, handles better, and has a warranty. Logically, buying the Supra is stupid, but cars aren't about logic. They are about how they make you feel. It's the difference between buying an Apple Watch and a vintage Rolex. One is better technology, the other is a masterpiece. Plus, let's look at the financials. You buy a new BMW M4 today, and in 5 years, it loses half its value. You buy a Supra, it's better than Bitcoin. It's an asset that you can drive. It's a piece of history that is only getting more expensive. The Porsche makes you feel successful. The Supra makes you feel like a kid again. It makes you feel like you are part of a secret club. A club where 1,000 horsepower is normal and flaming exhausts are mandatory. And unlike the Nissan GT-R, which had to wait 25 years to be legal in the US, the Supra has always been here. It is the king of the American highway. If the BMW M5 is a suit and the Dodge Demon is a sledgehammer, the Supra is a katana. It requires skill to master. It demands respect. And if you build it right, it will slay giants. But I want to hear from you. Be honest in the comments. Would you spend $200,000 on this legend? Or would you take the Porsche 911 Turbo S and call it a day? Is the Supra tax worth it? Don't forget to like and subscribe, because next time, we might just have to test that Porsche to see if it can dethrone the king. See you in the next one.